Morning, Tyler, or afternoon. This is Stephen. I spoke to you a little bit earlier today. In this video, I'm going to be going over three things that you can start doing today to actually start ranking above your competition when people are searching for HVAC services in the Gastonia and surrounding areas. Now, if by the end of this video, you can see that I do have the know-how to get this done, you can reach back out if you'd like, or if you want, you can just take this information and implement it yourself. But either way, I'm going to jump right in. The three things I'll be covering are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is everything on your website, but we're primarily focused on your homepage today. Google likes to see at least 1,500 words of content on the homepages of these service-based industries such as yours. This gives you plenty of opportunity to add in all the buyer intent keywords and key phrases that people are searching for when they're searching for these services online. So what I did first is I always like to pull up the main competitors for the area. And the main competitor is this GMS. And they are number one, but they cast a really wide net, right? They service a bunch of areas, including Charlotte, so they have a lot of clicks. And I'm going to show you. I got a tool here that I subscribe to called Ahrefs, and it pretty much gives me a behind-the-scenes view of what Google uses to rank websites. So you can see their website was clicked on 1.4 thousand times in the past just 30 days. But when I was doing some research, they also do roofing and gutters as well. And like I said, they cast a really wide net. So I'm going to use the number 2 company as the example. And this is Roland Black. And they're just heating and air, and they really kind of focus on Gastonia and the surrounding areas. So I did the same thing with them. I threw them into this tool, and this is a bit more realistic. And their website is currently being found for 25 keywords, and it was clicked on 131 times in just the past 30 days. Okay, so I went ahead and threw yours into the same thing, not Jimmy John's, but jimmyjonescompany.com. And your site is currently being found for one keyword, but it was not clicked on at all. So we can go back to our competition. We can click on this 25 and see all the keywords that they're currently being found for. So some of these keywords are actually informational, and some are they're branded. What we're looking for are what we call buyer intent. So AC repair, Gastonia NC, like that one is buyer intent. People are calling for a service here, or searching for a service. So this key phrase right here was clicked on or was searched 150 times in the past 30 days, and their site was clicked on 9 times because of that. Another one, HVAC Gastonia NC, and you can go down the line here, and if there's any others, like if you service Huntersville, you'd want to put that on there, but we'd want to make sure we have these same keywords on your site. So let's actually go to your site and click on that one and see what keyword. So you've got one of the main ones, HVAC Gastonia NC, and that was searched 80 times, right, in the past month, but you weren't clicked on. The reason being is they're in position, Google puts you in position 68 when people are searching that keyword, which puts you on the bottom of page 7. So nobody's going to page 7. And I'm going to show you in a little bit how to actually get that up and get you on page 1. But first things first, you want to make sure your content is right. So we want to get you all the right keywords on your homepage. So the next thing I'm going to be covering is what we call citations. Now, when people are searching these terms like HVAC, Gastonia, NC, studies have shown that right around 45% of those people are not going past this section here. This is the map pack, and this is Google Business Profile, right? These 3 businesses, this is the top of the list here. And most people are under the impression that to get ranked in here in the top 3, it has to do with your reviews. And while that is a factor, it's not the driving factor. The driving factor is actually what we call citations. Now, a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. Now, some examples of these directories are Yelp, the Better Business Bureau, Nextdoor, Angie, Thumbtack. There's quite a few of them. It used to be that the companies with the most citations actually would pretty much win out as long as they were in the proximity of Gastonia, in or around. they were pretty much guaranteed, unless their reviews were like complete garbage. They were pretty much guaranteed a spot in the top three. But Google doesn't really work that much like that anymore. They don't really care about the number of citations so much as they care about the sources of those citations. And what you can actually do is go online and research, just type in the top 50 core consumer citations or core consumer directories, and it's going to give you a list of all the directories that you should definitely be in, right? You want to be in those top 50 because those top 50 are pretty much essential. And then also there's what we call these three major data aggregators. It's Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. And once you're in and verified with these aggregators, they actually take your data and they push them out to like hundreds of other apps, navigation systems, and directories automatically. And this is good for the maps, and it's also really good for AI because the AI uses these and they check your data consistency. And what I mean by that is your business's name, address, and phone number. Make sure it's consistent across all these platforms. And once they see that you are, they actually will recommend you because a lot of people are doing searches through AI these days as well. Okay. So that's it for citations. Next, now underneath the map pack is Google's organic search results list. And as you can see, this is that GSM. They're number one for this keyword right now. Morris is not number two. I've just been kind of clicking around. It's been messing up the order here, but Roland Black should be number two. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But the number one spot here claims right around 40% of all clicks. So the map pack is 45% of all clicks, but it's split in between these three businesses. This is 40% all by itself. And the main driver here are what we call backlinks. Now, with backlinks, it's essentially other websites on the internet that have a link on their site somewhere that when it's clicked, it leads back to your website. Now, Google uses backlinks as like an online referral system. And the more relevant that website is it's linking back to you, the better. And for example, say you have a local blog page over there in Gastonia or the surrounding areas, or a popular industry related site that can be anywhere that's linking back to you. That's what's actually going to help push you up in these rankings, in Google's rankings. However, since you guys are an HVAC company, say you have like a website like Pizza Hut linking back to you, while Pizza Hut is very popular and gets a lot of traffic, it's not going to do you guys any good in rankings because you guys don't sell pizza or have anything to do with pizza. So let's go back to our competitor here, and we're going to look back at this tool. We were looking at the keywords before, but now I want to look at this section here, the backlink profile. So to be clear, it's through your content, primarily your keywords, that Google is able to find you. So now that they've found you, they've got to determine where they're going to place you on that list. And to make that determination, it's all dependent on your backlinks. All right. So our competitor has 413 backlinks coming from a total of 64 other websites. They call them referring domains in here. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your backlink profile. You currently have 10 backlinks coming from a total of 8 other websites. So kind of just like the citations, pretty much, they're not the same thing, even though there is some overlap sometimes. It's not so much about the number, it's about the source, the quality of those backlinks. Not so much the backlinks themselves, but where they're coming from, right? So let's look at our competition. They're getting pushed up those rankings because of the power, the authority of these websites they're getting backlinks from. So we can, just like the keywords, we can click on this number and it's going to bring up all 64 websites they're currently getting backlinks from. And like I said, some of these sites, they overlap their citations and backlinks, but there is a difference. But like this BBB, that's actually a directory, and it's a directory, but you get a backlink from there as well with a few of these. But it would be beneficial to go down this list and grab backlinks from all the websites that you do not currently have backlinks from. If you were to do that, and this is assuming your content and your keywords are on point, you would eventually put yourself in contention for the top 3 here, right? Now, to really put you up towards the top there, because GSM is pretty powerful, you could do that same thing with like the top 3 to 5 websites and continue to acquire backlinks. And you would eventually, if you continued to get backlinks month over month, you would eventually overtake that number one spot. Sorry, that number one spot there and claim all that traffic. And so we're just looking at the number two business, and they're getting 131 clicks, right? And you are currently getting no clicks. So imagine what that would do if we just got you up in like the top three. That would be pretty good for your business there. Now, just to recap, the first thing is going to be content. You want at least 1,500 words on your homepage with the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. Second are citations. You want to be in those top 50 core consumer directories, which you can Google or put in AI. Then you also want to be in the three major data aggregators and get verified there. And that's Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. And then lastly, our backlinks. You need more relevant websites linking back to your site to show Google that you guys are the authority when it comes to HVAC services in and around the Gastonia area. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, you can take this information and implement it yourself. Or if you want to book a discovery call with me, you can contact me. My name's Steven. I live right here in North Carolina. You can simply reply back to this email or give me a call at 910-551-2006. Other than that, Tyler, I hope you have a good rest of your day and a Merry Christmas if I don't hear from you. Take care. Bye.